Welcome, everyone. This is Ed Stojancevich.
And Denise Stojancevich.
Denise Stojancevich.
Sounds good, don't it?
It does. It has a nice little... I like how Stojancevich flows so good. You know, it
just rings off my tongue.
With episode 3 of the Stojo Zone, had a little bit of a hiatus. We'll get into that. But first, let's get into our intro. So what's happening, everyone? This is Ed with this week's episode of the podcast, and my goodness, we have been on quite the hiatus. Not really intentional, but the most 2020 of all things to happen.
2020.
Yeah. So
just keeps going, just keeps giving.
Yeah, it's the never-ending year. I feel like we've been in 2020 for the past 20 years.
Stop.
So yeah, it's like my goodness, you know. So want to record this week's episode, and thank you everybody who's been touching base with us and who's been following up, and hey, how's it going? You guys good? You know, can't wait for the next episode. It's awesome to get that type of support after
super weird.
After
really
two episodes, which is really cool. So what happened, right? So everything was going good. Everything was we were hitting our stride and everything, and I ended up falling very ill, and I didn't know what it was, and we ended up doing I did a COVID test, and
lots of them.
Yeah, lots of them, and knock on wood, it wasn't COVID or anything. They took the test, and I'm like, am I positive or negative? And they're like, I didn't know really like what to do, and they're not as bad as what everybody says they are. They're like, oh, they tickle your brain. Don't get me wrong, they go far up there, but you did one.
Yeah, it wasn't. I didn't like it. No. Especially when she was like, stay still, or else I can poke something. I'm like, don't poke anything up there.
Well, I think they get, well, you got to think how many people they have to.
Yeah.
You know, first off, shout out to all the healthcare workers out there.
Yeah.
My goodness.
What they have, I mean, we deal with very minute stuff
compared to what they're doing, like
daily.
You know, we're trying to figure out like where we're gonna get our next roll of toilet paper.
Yeah.
They're like, why
are these people quitting?
Yeah, I haven't seen my family in weeks, you know, type of thing. So to all the healthcare workers out there, you have no idea how much we appreciate you. So back to the story. Did the COVID test, came back negative, this and that. Ended up going to the hospital. The one doctor there kind of wasn't too pleasant.
A jerk. That's
okay.
The word.
I'm a
jerk.
A lot more friendly. And kind of had no idea what was going on, this and that. And they kind of discharged me, and I came back, ended up coming back the next day, and ended up having an infection in my leg, which kind of was no bueno.
No bueno.
That sucked.
I didn't like that, the fact that they had to take you into the hospital without anybody there. You were not in your right mind. A temperature of 103.8, not knowing what's going on with yourself, not even knowing who you were or where you were.
Yeah, I couldn't even count to 103.8 at that point in time.
Yeah. And they were like, you have to leave. You have to wait in the parking lot. What?
Yeah. It was a little bit weird. And anyway, we went through that, and that was over Labor Day weekend.
Yeah. Great time to be in the hospital, right?
So that was Labor Day weekend. So I spent the entire weekend in the hospital, but knock on wood, everything's good.
Yes. Very grateful.
Yes, very, very grateful for that. They did take great care of me. I did have a pop for the first time, or a soda, or a Coke.
Pop. Well, you had Coke?
Well,
you had Coke in the hospital?
No.
What? What kind of hospital were you at?
I know. I was like, whoa, wait a second. I was like, come on, man. You know, but they, I had one, I had pop in the hospital. It was like the first time in forever. And,
a couple years, right?
Yeah, it was a couple years. I ended up drinking ginger ale. And, so anyway, you know, I'm out, this and that. So this was, like I said, beginning of September. Then the very next week, my grandmother She ended up falling, and she ended up breaking both of her legs, and it was kind of a terrible instance. We couldn't believe it, this and that. It was just crazy, everything that was going on, and they ended up taking her to the hospital, they took her out to Chicago and this and that, and to this day she's still recovering, and I got to tell you, what a strong woman.
Very
she is
strong.
Very. She's amazing. She
does it with a smile on her face for all of us.
Yeah, she does. She's hands down one of the most amazing women in my life. So shout out to my grandmother.
And cutest.
Yeah, she's hilarious.
Seeing that smile makes us happy.
Oh, she cracks me up. I'll tell her all the time, like, hey, the kids are ugly. She's like, no, they're not ugly. She gets so pissed, But yeah, so she's doing good. She's doing her therapy and all that stuff, which is awesome.
Playing her slot machine at the nursing home.
The slot machines that we just got her. But it's just weird, and in the times of COVID, you can't really. There's no personal interaction. There's no
through a window.
Yeah, everything's through a window or through FaceTime. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm grateful that we at least have FaceTime. If this happened 20 years ago, that
we virtual hug her and kiss her. Yeah. She appreciates it.
Yeah, she does. I don't even know if there was like Zoom or any of that stuff was even out back then. I know for sure FaceTime wasn't, because the iPhone wasn't out and this and that. So it's just, it's good to be able to have, in a situation and everything that we're going in now, it's good to have technology, So that was the second, excuse me. That was the second week.
He has a lingering cough, not COVID.
Yeah.
Lingering
cough. Yes. And then the third week was, it went from a great weekend because my wife's sister came in, Tony. She came in to surprise her, and her birthday was coming up, so she came in to surprise her, and we had a good time, this and that. It went from one of the best weekends I ever had to hands down the worst weekend I ever had, where I ended up losing my grandfather. And for those who know me, for those who have, who've talked to me and this and that, that was devastating. So it's one of those things where if you have a grandfather, definitely hug them tight. Let them know how much you love them. Let them know how much you care about them. This and that. I look at it where, as tough as it was, I had the privilege to have him in my life for 36 years, and it was 36 incredible years because I was very close to him. I definitely chalk up a lot of the stuff that I'm into, even now as an adult and as a child and teenager, you name it, was with my grandfather. From sports, I mean, part of the reason why I'm a huge Cubs fan is my grandfather would pick me up from kindergarten. We would go to, so I went to River Forest, right? Not River Forest.
Go Ingots.
Go Ingots.
Ingots.
What in the hell is an ingot?
We are a slab of
It's
steel.
a slab of steel. That's exactly
Nobody's
what an ingot
breaking that slab of steel.
is.
Nobody.
Yeah, I guess good call on that. So, he'd pick me up from River Forest, and we'd stop at this place called the Dairy Maid, and I'd get the WWE wrestling bars. Oh my God, they were the greatest.
I like the Dairy Maid.
Yeah, so did I. We always got candy and stuff like there when we
It's
were
not there
kids.
anymore.
No, it's not. It's something completely different. But we would go do that, and then we'd go back to my grandfather's house and Papa's house, and we'd end up watching the Cubs games during the day, and because it was half-day kindergarten at the time, so...
Sure it was.
Right. So
Papa Dude took him out of school
to
hang out with him.
We always hung out, and so like that was my main guy. Loved him, missed him. It was awesome too because every time we'd go over there, he'd always ask how the kids are doing, this and that. And he'd always have cutouts of Cam.
Mm-hmm. Cam the man.
Yeah, Cam the man.
And his Nana.
And from his sports, and he'd always ask how his Nana was doing, and then. We have a dog named Hogan. So if you guys don't know us, he is a 10-year-old Chihuahua who is probably 15 feet of legs and the rest is body. He's a tiny guy, but he has long legs, and that was my grandfather's main guy. So he'd always ask how Hogan was doing and stuff like that. But we ended up, we ended up losing him, and that was tough. Tough because obviously you don't losing a loved one's very, very hard. I lost my other grandfather back in 2016, and that was, again, very devastating. My grandfather that I lost this year, like I said, I was tight with. I mean, all my friends growing up, when we played basketball and hung out, I mean, he'd come around the corner and he'd be shooting with us, so that was very, very tough, definitely losing him. But in the times of COVID, he was battling some health issues, but was doing very fantastic. And it was tough because obviously, if they're in nursing homes or if they're doing rehabilitation and that's where they're at with other elderly people, you can't see them the way that you would want to see them, which I feel like with the COVID thing, it's been screwing things up, big time, because the thing is they're more at risk and they can catch it. And obviously based off the numbers, it seems like COVID is definitely impacting people who are older, more than than the younger kids and, middle-aged adults and stuff like that, teenagers and even people in their 20s. So they want to take the right precautions. They want to make sure that everything's okay and this and that. The downside to that, while you can appreciate that they're taking precautions, the downside to that is for those who are in the nursing homes, you have to make alternate ways to see them. So like I said, whether it's through Skype, Zoom, FaceTime, or
window,
standing outside their window, you just got to make the time to see them in in that aspect. So anyway, we ended up obviously we had all the services and stuff like that, and it was very, very it was very emotional, very tough. But my goodness, did that man know everybody? I feel like everybody on the planet. He knew everybody. So seeing the amount of people and support during the times of COVID and social distancing and this and that, and not many people coming out, it was very refreshing to see how many people whose life he touched. So that was a good thing as far as seeing all the people's life that he impacted and everything like that. Him being a Cubs fan and everything like that, they made sure to take care of him and give him the good Cubs farewell. So his I forgot the name of it.
The vault.
Yeah, the vault was a Cubs logo and this and that. So we tried to make it as special as we could.
And
for
his
him.
neighbor is a Cubs.
Yeah, his neighbor's a Cubs fan, right at the cemetery. So it just kind of the way it worked. The guy has the Cubs logo on his tombstone and everything like that. And so we have that. I make sure that I've got a W flag. So when spring comes and baseball's back in, he will have that and can be rooting for the Cubbies and everything like that. And hopefully they can, hopefully it can bring them some good luck, because I think we're gonna need it, because it seems like this team's gonna be dismantled.
Bears too.
Yeah, and the Bears too.
Hopefully.
Well, his main man Schwarber is. I think they released him. The Cubs released him. So.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Why?
Yep, they released.
The babe?
Just they don't. It's sports. You can perform, but the moment you stop not performing.
Has he not been performing? I don't really follow baseball.
A lot of them haven't been on the team. Yeah, we should have done. We should have done. Definitely more than what we have.
Why are the Bears still playing?
The Bears. So the crazy.
But they won today, I think, right?
They did win today. They played the Texans today. This podcast will probably come out tomorrow on the 14th. So this is being recorded on the 13th of December. But yeah, we ended up beating the Texans and everything like that. But for the most part, I've been watching the Bears, and this is kind of what my neighbors have been hearing coming out of my household. Yeah. So.
And it's actually Cameron and Ariana.
Yeah, no, it's me standing in front of the TV like, why? What did I do to deserve this, But on the bright side, I know I get some flack for this, but I'm a huge Drew Brees fan, so we're, naturally Saints fans as well.
But he's out too, right?
Yeah, he's out.
Yeah. Because he's got ribs or lungs.
Yeah, had broken
something.
ribs and a punctured lung. So
he could play with that.
I know.
What a
like,
cis
suck
boy.
it up, Drew. Suck it up.
Cis boy.
So you've had that and everything like that. But yeah, it's just been it's been a crazy year with the sports and everything like that. I know some states are allowing some of the fans in there, and some states are not allowing any fans. I
didn't think it was fans. I thought it was just like family.
I think in Florida, I think in Texas, they're allowing fans, but they're not allowing. But it's limited number. It's not like you're going in there and it's 75,000 people packed. It's probably 7,500 people. Don't quote me on that, but it's just in general, it's substantially less. So, but yeah, so that's kind of the beginning of the hiatus and everything like that, and then obviously personal stuff with losing a grandparent, losing being in the hospital, and then we want to make sure that my grandmother's okay and she makes a full recovery. Just a lot of other stuff where I don't want to say the podcast is not important, but unfortunately sometimes you have to put priorities in advance. As much as I love doing this, as much as I love whether I don't care whether we have one listener or 1 billion listeners, it's fun to do. So with that said, rest in peace to my grandfather. Love you like I can't even put into words how much I love you, and one day we'll see each other again. And to my grandmother, you keep fighting, you keep staying strong, and you really are an inspiration to us, and we love you. So onto this COVID stuff. So we're back into what's that, red, right?
Yucky.
Because the numbers, numbers keep getting up in Indiana. So obviously, take the precautions as you deem fit. I know it's a gray area for a lot of people. I'm not wearing my mask. It's my constitutional right. And then you got, people who wear their mask when they're taking a shower. So, I mean, it's two completely polar opposite ends of the thing. So, at the end of the day,
I won't do what you feel.
Yeah, do what you feel is comfortable.
Don't be negative against people that, our daughter works and she has to wear a mask 8 to 9 hours a shift. Just don't be coughing on her and then standing in her little box that she says.
Yeah, or don't condemn her.
Yeah, because she's wearing a mask.
Wearing a mask. Like I said, if people want to wear a mask, go ahead and do it. Shouldn't bother you. And if people, obviously just if you got to go into a business or something, I mean, it's protocol now that, you kind of got to wear a mask. So, I don't think it's that difficult to do. So just keep doing it, On to another thing for 2020, which was very hard. Obviously, everybody knows, we're animal family and stuff like that, and we had to put down our dude, Wrigley. We had him. We got him a little bit earlier than the 8 weeks. We got him at 6 weeks, and we had to put him down in November, and we had to put him down on our anniversary, which was even tougher, Is
that a word?
What? Tougher. Even more tough. Yeah. So, we had to put him down, and you talk about something that's hard as well, is having to put down an animal, especially an animal that was with you for almost 14 years. He would have been 14 on Valentine's Day. On 21, he would have been 14. But that was very tough to do as well, and it's one of those things where the toughest thing about owning a pet is literally the goodbye, because you enjoy all those years, but that goodbye really is so tough. But after doing it, it's one of those things where I would do it again because of all the memories I have with that dog. It was great to see everything on the photos and this and that. Even back with my with my grandpa, we call him Papa. The one thing is just to go back to see all the photos and everything like that. It was really just amazing just to see all the photos and all the different time periods in his life and this and that. So getting a chance to reflect and everything like that. I will say this: don't definitely don't wait till tomorrow to reach out to people. Thankfully, we definitely try to reach out to people as much as we can, this and that. But, it's never the wrong time to reach out to somebody and see, check in on them, see how they're doing. And, hey, what's going on? It's been a while, this and that. Because at the end of the day, we never are guaranteed another day. So it's, it's definitely great to, to reach out and everything like that. And I'm not doing this to be like a Debbie Downer. I'm doing it so hopefully people can take a glance and use it. I'm giving the advice, not everybody has had a relationship like I did with my grandfather, or, like the kids did and we did with Papa. But, if you don't have that relationship, whether it's, a relative or a friend, or hell, even if it was a coworker you just loved working with, don't let that time pass up. Definitely reach out, see how they're doing, But back to Wrigley, it was definitely really tough, but it was, we spoiled him for the last couple of days. He got we gave him a steak dinner, then we gave him some ice cream, and then, that dude chowed down on some McDonald's the day, so we definitely made sure to give him the send off, and, that kind of, I'm going to segue that into, is it worth having the relationships with individuals or with animals if one day they're going to be gone? I know some people they keep their circles tight, or they don't want animals, this and that, because sometimes they can't handle the heartbreak of losing them, this and that. But on the flip side to it, look at all the memories that you can create and everything like that. So my take on it is, you got one life, live it up, and love as many people as you can, love as many dogs and animals and whatever,
So can we go to Hawaii? You got one life. Gotta live it up.
I don't like flying.
Too bad.
I don't like flying. Thank you very much.
Cindy, we're going.
Yeah.
Get it going.
My cousin Cindy, shout out to Skis Travel. They always help us
skis.
out. But yeah, we I would like to do more traveling. That's a good little thing that we were talking about this year, is once all this stuff is done and we can, I guess the world opens back up again, where do we travel to? I know I want to do Mexico again. I know I want to go a few places. There really hasn't been anything else to do except work.
Yeah. And podcasts.
yeah, I know. Work and podcast,
And train a puppy.
Yeah. So
that's not working out too.
Yeah, we got our Winston. We talked about him on episode 2. And then we still got, obviously, Hogan. I talked about him a little bit earlier in this episode. And, we having to board them or get dog sitters or something like that while we travel. I wouldn't even mind traveling somewhere locally, probably 4 to 6 hours away.
We'll put a hat and scarf on Winston, and he can come with.
Why a hat and scarf?
Because it'll make him look like a little man.
Yeah.
Got a little fro.
He is. He's
got a little mustache.
He does. He's got the facial hair and everything like that, He's got the ZZ Top. So
I know who that is now.
Yeah, now you know who that is.
Now I
yeah.
know.
I tried explaining. We had LaGrange came on the radio, and she's like, "Who's this?" I'm like, "You never heard ZZ Top?" And she looked at me like I was an idiot. So
I said, "Was that supposed to help me remember them?" You're just hee-hawing at me.
Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, we're starting to do some college visits with Cam.
The baby.
Yeah, the baby of the family. We got some college visits going with him, and they're cool, but still very
draining.
Weird. Yeah, they're tiring, and they're still very weird with everything. Obviously you're masking up, and you're not seeing the full
everything.
Staff,
you can't see,
or not staff, but students.
Yeah.
On campus, and so we've done a few, and shout out to all the schools that we viewed. I think we've got a handful left, maybe 3-ish, maybe 4.
Yep.
And
Hopefully.
we're done. And I'm gonna be like, hey, dude, you better pick a damn school. You need to make your decision. You need to make your decision and stick with your decision. And so he's got that thing going, and but it's been fun. Some schools, there's some schools that have been really cool, and Yeah, actually, for the most part, they've all been really cool, but some further away than others. I think the furthest we've gone is about 2.5 hours.
Where was that? Angola or no?
That was we had one in Angola. We had one
We just went to it
in North Manchester.
Oh my gosh.
So you had Trine, you had Manchester,
North
Park, yeah.
We have Aurora tomorrow.
Yeah. North Park was actually very cool because it was so close.
Yeah.
But
you don't really want your kid in the city. Like, I mean, I know it's the north side, but I really, right now in times with everything going on.
I do not want them in a big city.
Political, COVID, whatever.
Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, he'll have to, make his choice. We've got a few different ones going. And then my daughter's finishing up and she's got to take her
MCAT.
Her MCAT. When she says MCAT, I'm like, is that like a member of the Thundercats or something? Like
she's joining a sorority.
Yeah, I didn't even know
all this stuff.
I didn't know what the hell an MCAT was. I was like, it sounds like a character off the Thundercats or something like that. Like, what is that? That sounds cool. Can I have that too? So
she's freaking out about it, and he's all like, "Yeah, that sounds awesome."
Yeah.
What is that?
Just call me MCAT. So
MCAT.
So they got that going on, and she finishes up here. I think here in a year,
December.
Yeah, here, literally in 1 year, almost to the date, and then she'll be going off to med school, and so we had that going on.
You can cue the baby sounds for me.
Yeah, I know. So
that's me.
So it was me watching the Bears crying. And then the college visits and the med school.
And Ariana going away.
Yeah. This has been my wife. And then once I seen how much the bills were for those things, this was me. So, it's kind of one of those things where, life definitely comes at you quick.
Too quick.
Because I remember when they were just babies and
going to Papa Dude fixing their Hot Wheels.
Yeah, fixing Hot Wheels and everything else.
My Hot Wheel broke, Papa Dude.
Yep.
Papa Dude would, in quotation marks, fix it, but buy him a new one and act like he fixed it.
Yep, absolutely. They'd have to leave it there and then he'd pick it up the next time, But yeah, so you got that now. You got one going into college and then one going, go potentially going away from college next year. So it's just like I said, it's a crazy time. They're actually going to. So her senior year, she'll be finished. I think a year early, or a semester early, and he'll be starting his freshman year. So they're they're going to kind of. It's intertwined there for 1 year,
like they did in high school.
Yeah, they're intertwined. Well, in this case, it'll be half a year because she finished early, But so that's that's crazy. I definitely want them to get to college. I definitely want them to get to college experience and all that other stuff, So, in other exciting news, we've been talking for a while, and when I say a while,
years,
what? 9 years, 9 years,
probably.
10 years, maybe, it's been a long time. We decided that, we're going to try for more children. So, we're pretty stoked about that. I think we're
blessed with the opportunity.
Blessed with the opportunity. Absolutely.
If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yep. If it happens, good. If it doesn't happen, well, at the end of the day, it's just it's not meant to be, and so on and so forth.
It'll be our bonus baby.
Yeah, the bonus babies. We're good with the two that we got now. So with that said, we did. We've got some traveling that we want to do this coming up 21. We want to go see our. Your sister and our brother-in-law and this and that and our nieces and everything like that.
We don't want to see my brother and my sister. We just want to see the nieces.
Just the nieces, okay.
Yeah. Who are they?
Yeah.
Who is Tony and Steve?
We just care about the nieces. They come up. They come up. It's all slow motion at the airport to give us a hug, and we like stiff arm them. We stiff arm them. Then Jules throws her gloves off.
Oh yeah.
She's a hockey player, and she puts up her fists. But we go and we want to go see them next year. I really wouldn't mind going to see. Even Tampa Bay was a good time.
We need to go see
Clearwater. Clearwater.
Chip too.
Yes, shout out to my cousin Chip. He is in Virginia.
Not West Virginia?
Not
Chip, is it West Virginia? Is it West Virginia?
That's like IU. It's like IU Purdue. He said. He's like, yeah, it's that they got the rivalry.
What was that show? The Wild Whites of West Virginia, and I told Chip that was his people. He got so offended with me.
I seen that show and I was like, I cannot believe this is a television show.
That is some crazy. That's weird. You got to watch it.
Well, so speaking about TV and stuff like that, it's weird how a lot of this stuff is going straight to digital. You know, with everything. You know, they've got what is it? Wonder Woman. That Wonder Woman 1984 that comes out Christmas Day. It's a brand new movie. Comes out Christmas Day.
You're gonna buy it?
No, you can watch it on HBO Max.
Oh, you could just watch it?
Yeah, you can watch it on HBO Max. You know.
Wow.
So, well, I mean, HBO Max is a subscription service, but
how do they make their money for making these movies then? If they're not, you know what I'm saying?
I think it would have to almost go to like a subscription service type of thing. So you figure if HBO Max say they charge you, I don't know, it's free with our AT&T. So I mean, let's just say it charges you $15 a month. You know, every time that video is or that movie's played, I'm sure they got counters and all that stuff of what movies are hot, what movies are being played, and
it's
this
like
and that.
when you watch Siesta Key, there you go. You know, ratings go up.
Yeah, terrible.
Or ratings go up, and then they probably get paid based off of ratings, right? So that's just like the movie.
Yeah, right.
I'm learning.
Yeah,
I'm learning.
Here we go. The student has become the teacher. So they've got that. I'm not gonna lie though, I actually miss going to the movies. I enjoyed doing that. I know you weren't a big fan of it, but Ariana and I, we loved going to the movies. Like that was always been a fun thing. You and Cameron hate going to the movies.
Yeah, we do.
The last movie we went to,
1907.
No.
Or
1917.
1917, that's it.
We went to that one. Cameron didn't mind that. That was this year, wasn't it?
I don't know.
That was this year. Yeah, it was for sure this year. Because we had to drive out to the the Cherville 16 or whatever. Now I think one of them's closed. But we went to go see that. That was a good movie. But whenever there's a war movie that comes out, that's where Cam and I we both like those movies and stuff. You not so much, correct?
His favorite is Midway. No, I like them.
Midway.
Midway was his favorite.
Yeah.
I like history stuff.
Yeah, Midway was a good movie. But we went to go, what was it, last year? We went to go see Jumanji 2. We had a good time doing that. And then Midway was the one that he really enjoyed. But when it comes to like the superhero movies, that's where, man, if I didn't have a job, I could binge watch those all day
You
long.
and Ariana.
Yep, like literally binge watch them, you know. But so back onto that, the whole movie thing is a little bit weird now, but at the end of the day, I guess you have to evolve. I really don't think anything's this is the new era that we're in. I think things will eventually get back to a little bit of normal, but there's still I think you'll still see the face mask. Yeah. I don't think you'll see it in abundance now that this vaccine is here and stuff like that. I'm not an anti-vaxxer by any means. I do believe in vaccines, but this one was kind of a little rushed,
Well, and from what I heard, it causes like fertility issue. They want you to not have babies for the first 2 years that you have the vaccine.
Yeah, I haven't. I haven't done enough research into this new one. I'm just kind of going based off my gut feeling.
Not gonna do it.
Yeah, it was just a little bit. Seems like it was a little bit rushed. Now, don't get me wrong. Shout out to like Pfizer and all those.
Yeah. They're doing what they have to.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm gonna tell you one thing right now. Shout out to the current administration, the Trump administration, for doing the
research.
Yeah, what was it? The Operation Warp Speed to get this to happen. So, love or hate the guy. I mean, whatever. This is kind of something that was unprecedented that kind of happened fairly quick. So. hopefully that everything goes good and there's no crazy side effects or anything like that. But for those that, what did they say? I was reading an article. They're going to roll it out to, the elderly and like first responder, healthcare, frontline workers and stuff like that. They're going to roll it out to them first because, if you think about it, it makes sense because if they're seeing X amount of people per day and, you got to see that there's people that they're seeing that don't have COVID.
Right.
There's people that that they're seeing that don't have this and, you don't want them to be able to get that from going into the, the hospital and everything like that, so.
Well, yeah, because they're putting their lives at risk.
Yeah.
And their families' lives at risk.
Yep, absolutely.
If they have multi-generational homes, they're putting grandparents at risk.
Oh, yeah. Yep. When the parents, when you live with the parents live with you, whatever, however you want to word that or, whatever the situation is, you definitely got to take those extra precautions, And I get another thing going on. Since our last podcast, you had the presidential election, and I don't even know
what's going on. Right now.
It's crazy. So, for those, obviously, if you haven't been living under a rock, they're saying Biden has the votes for it and this and that, but there's been, voter fraud or inaccuracies and this and that. So.
We really haven't been watching it because it's been irritating.
It's just been depressing. It's just everything's been crazy. Literally my head has been in my computer working, to get stuff done and kind of go from there. Shout out. It is a great time to purchase a home or refinance. Call Region Mortgage at 866-7-REGION. That is 866-773-4466. They are fantastic.
I hope they paid you for that. Did they pay us for that? I was just wondering.
I don't know. Maybe, but there's a guy named Ed there, and not only is he cute. Awesome, I'll give it that.
Cute.
I will give it that.
That's not the brightest person in the room, but
that's a good looking dude. May not be the brightest crayon in the box, but that is one good looking dude. And his shoe game is on point.
I know, all those J's.
He'll go from the J's to the Vans to the, what are they? What are those other ones? What are the slippers?
I don't know. Oh, what do you call them?
What are they called?
We're not going to waste time trying to figure this out. I told you he wasn't the brightest. He was not the brightest.
Yeah, here we go. She's got jokes. So, Christmas is right around the corner, and I know some people are gonna have people over, some people aren't.
Some people are gonna have presents, some people aren't.
Yeah, some people are gonna have presents.
We don't have any presents.
The kids are gonna come down the steps and they'll be like, Santa Claus came, and I'm like, no, he didn't. The dogs are gonna have more presents than the kids, So, but we got that going. I did kind of figure out. What was at least going to be on the menu. I didn't know what we wanted or this or that, but I took a list down. I ended up hiring a chef, so she's going to come and cook everything.
Who is this girl?
And I was like, hey, what do you think we can have for Christmas? And she was like,
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken, turkeys, rat, you name.
Okay, I didn't really hire a chef, but I still like that part.
And then Justin's going to walk in and be like, you
name it. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think we're going to do, so Thanksgiving was a little weird, right? It was just us. We did, we normally do a deep fried turkey, and you did the roasted turkey.
Sure did.
Actually, it turned out pretty good.
It was nice. It was a nice little tradition to bring back. I usually stuff it, but I didn't.
But you know what? It ended up turning out pretty good.
Wait, we did stuff it. We put apples and onions. Onions in there.
Mm-hmm. I will tell you what, though. As crazy as this year's been, this year's been like a Jekyll Hyde. Mm-hmm. Like it's been a crazy 2020. It felt good to kind of not do anything on Thanksgiving.
Not do one single thing.
Yeah, we watched football, played,
we ate all day.
Yeah, watched some movies, just kind of hung out and laid low.
We ate some more, and then we exercised.
Yeah.
We exercised
Yeah.
in our personal home gym.
Yeah. Where is this at again?
We had our personal trainer come that day.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, whenever I'm walking places, people are like, man, who is that? The guy looks like Dwayne Johnson. I'm like, it's Stojanovich.
He must own Region Mortgage.
Yeah. Yeah. He must work out, But, yeah, it was one of those things where it felt good to not do anything, Steve and I and the rest of the crew have been like crazy at work, Mm-hmm. It's been absolutely nuts. So like to have a day to where you're like, all right, I don't have anything to do today except just kind of relax and hang out with the family. It was a good, reset of the battery,
This phone is ringing all the time.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's good though. I love it.
It's good stuff. Christmas, so I think Christmas is probably going to, mirror kind of what Thanksgiving was. It's probably going to be very low key, especially with all these numbers and everything like that. And if we do have family, it's going to be, just the immediate family. But heck, I'm half Mexican. That means 300 people.
No. CDC, no.
No comprende. So...
how come don't knock on our door? You're not having 300 people in this house.
I seen a meme online. It was a picture of the OJ Bronco running, and it said the cops when I found out I got a 20-pound turkey. I started cracking up. So, yeah, the meme game. That's hilarious. So, my dude Terry House. Oh my God! I like literally if I go on Facebook, I'm like, oh, what's this dude gonna post today? Literally, the memes that he has going has me crying. So.
Sometimes I wake up to him laughing. I'm like, what did Terry say?
Yeah, the memes. I'm telling you, they're great. So, with that being said, I just want to again thank you all for, like I said, for reaching out, kind of finding out, hey, what's going on? This and that. When's the next episode of the podcast? We're on episode 3 now. Like I said, we should be way, way further ahead. So we are going to, we're going to be putting at least one out a week going forward. Going into 2021, I think we're going to try to double that. Maybe release them on Tuesdays and Fridays. And
we might overload people with our sexy voices.
Maybe
our sexy voices.
So we're going to release episode 22.
Two.
And then we're gonna have that
Zach and Mira makes a porn in the background.
But we got we'll be releasing episodes so like I said, starting 2021. We're definitely gonna do we want to do 2 episodes a week so we can kind of get caught up, and we like doing this. We love chatting. I know there's a ton of information out there. There's a ton of topics out there, and we
want to get some people on here too. Some of the boys.
Yes. Some of the boys. We're gonna bring in local people, friends of mine. Local business owners.
COVID-free people.
Yeah, COVID. No COVID.
No.
So bring all that stuff, and we're gonna do that. I know we're gonna have my buddy Robert's gonna be on an episode. He was supposed to be on episode 3. But like I said, I ended up in the hospital and, kind of put a damper on those plans. But he is going to be on an episode here probably within the next, within the next month, whether we get him in person or whether we get him on the phone.
If he's here in person, we got to make like a big throne because he dresses to the T.
T. This dude is like the sharpest dressed dude I've ever met. So we'll get him on the episode, and then, we'll end up getting actually one of my really good friends. His name is Mike. I'm going to reach out to him and get him on an episode. He's a police officer out in Texas, and I'd like to get some points of views and kind of what he's going through and so on and so forth during these like I said crazy times that we're in. So with that said, we're really grateful for all of you. We're gonna put this out, and it'll drop on December 14th. And as always, we appreciate all the support. Love you guys. Thanks to all the 2 listeners.
Two. Thanks for all the friends and family that love us and have been there for us.
Yeah. Hey, we appreciate all you guys, friends, family. Just listeners, whatever. We appreciate all you guys, and keep up the support, keep subscribing. We are on Spotify, Apple Podcast. We are on Anchor. We are on iHeartRadio. We are on pretty much anywhere you can find podcasts, Google Podcast, you name it. We're
also
on
ask them for topics to talk about.
Yeah, you guys have anything you guys want us to dive into?
Inappropriate.
Nothing inappropriate, please.
Nothing.
If there's anything that you want us to dive in, to find out about this and that, or if you have a suggestion on somebody we should bring on the show, we do have the capabilities to, like I said, see them in person, or we can patch them in and have them over the phone as well. We're open to anything. So with that said, episode 3 is in the books. We thank you. We love you. You guys all have a fantastic week. And with that said, we are out of here. Damn it, I hit the wrong button.
Screwed everything up.
I did. I almost had it. Okay, now we're out of here.